The chess game, along with a few other board games, has accompanied humankind from time immemorial. Chess in particular, being a game of simple rules, provides thoughtful players with such a wealth of tactics, strategies, and combinations, that it is often used to symbolize the human intellect in action. It is no surprise that in the age of computing, since the inception of the concept of artificial intelligence in 1950, the term computer chess has been synonymous with AI itself. As the majority of the researchers were playing chess in the normal course of their lives, it was only natural that they attempted to create a computer-based opponent that would be as good or better than a human player. So, they focused their efforts on creating the so-called chess engines, computer programs that could intelligently play versus humans. The breakpoint in the development of chess engines is generally considered to be a world-renowned pair of 6-game chess matches between then world chess champion Garry Kasparov and an IBM supercomputer called Deep Blue in 1996-97. Kasparov won the first match in 1996, but Deep Blue won a 1997 rematch held in New York City. The second match was the first defeat of a reigning world chess champion by a computer under tournament conditions, and was the subject of a documentary film, Game Over, Kasparov and the Machine. Since then, the efforts to improve the chess engines only intensified. Currently, many of the chess engines are so good that even the best of us can hardly enjoy playing against such engines set to their full capacity. The engines beat humans too quickly and mercilessly. This, of course, has not ended the game of chess, as the introduction of steam, electrical and internal combustion engines have not ended human sports, despite to the fact that humans are not very competitive against such machines in terms of power, speed and other physical merits. It is surprising, however, that the research and development in computer chess has been continuously concentrating on developing only one component of the computer chess, its engines, almost ignoring the other component, its front end. Despite to the fact that humans are visual creatures, we perceive most of the information through our sight. What is the structure of computer chess? It generally consists of 3 major components, and all of them are programs with different functions. First is the chess engine, or what is generically called by computer scientists the backend of the system. This program analyzes chess variant positions and generates moves that it regards as optimal and thus makes the game meaningful. It usually does not have many graphics friendly to the human eye, only algorithms in binary code. It can play as versus humans, so versus other chess engines. The second component is an interface that connects the engine, or backend, with the front end. Programmers call such internal connecting interfaces application programming interfaces, APIs for short. The major function of this set of programs is to ensure flawless and harmonic interaction between the backend and the front end. And the third component, the front end, consists of the visual interface for the human players, allowing them to interact meaningfully with the chess engine in gameplay. It contains graphic user interfaces showing the chessboard and playing pieces, their positions, options of commands and statistics. Generally, such structure corresponds to the structure of any human game. The first component of any game is its logic, the rules of the game, its mechanics, protocols, and ultimate objectives of the gameplay. These are called Ludemes by the scientists. The second one is the aesthetic embodiment of the gameplay, the materialization of the rules put into action and expressed in particular circumstances, particular opponents, particular settings, and particular emotional contexts. Take American football as an example. Whilst the rules of the game can be basically synthesized in one picture, or written in a book, you can hardly get the excitement and enjoyment of the game simply by reading the rules, especially if you have never seen the live game, with all that related drama and picturesque inclusions. Many orthodox chess fans insist that the front end of the computer chess is not important, because the logic of the game is good enough for the full-scale satisfaction. In this opinion, making films based on books such as Lord of the Rings, War and Peace, Harry Potter and others is not necessary, and excessive, for the books themselves are good enough for the full-scale satisfaction from the stories. Extending this opinion, it does not make sense to make any movies, or any computer games, at all, for the readers can simply read the books and scripts and imagine the visualization mentally. We do not share this point of view. Books and movies are different formats of enjoyment and experiences. Both are beautiful, but different. The audience has a right to choose, and it should have the option of either, or both. But, using the analogy with books and movies, what we have now in computer chess is essentially only reading the books alone or together, without much of the movies based on such reading. We want to change that and to provide the choice for the players. We want to make computer chess as exciting, immersive, and inclusive as any computer game. To do that, we concentrate our efforts on the development of the front end of the computer chess to the level adequate for the contemporary levels of the chess engines. In particular, we concentrate on developing an online gaming platform where users can create, sell, buy, borrow, lend, exchange, collect, and play any computer chess in-game assets they want. By combining and recombining such chess assets, they can create their unique atmosphere and experience of the cyber game of chess, all on the screens of their phones or computers. But what are the digital in-game assets, or DIAs for short? For the game of computer chess, they consist of the digital avatar of your opponent, and digital avatar of yourself, animated, controlled, emotionally responsive, realistic digital embodiments of you, and your human or AI opponents. There are no limits to imagination and artistic expression of how you can represent yourself and your opponents in cyberspace. In the game, you can be what you want to be. DIAs also include chess pieces, which can be either static or meaningfully animated, something like they were in video games Star Wars Chess, Battle Chess, and some others, but at a modern level of implementation. Besides, in our concept, the players can create and change the pieces they play as they like. Once again, only the player's imagination sets the limits. DIAs may also include digital representations of observers who watch the game. DIAs also include the environment, or setting, where the game takes place. Once again, the players can create or choose any environment they like. Imagine yourself playing in an environment like this one. Or, maybe, like this one. Or, perhaps, like this one. And how about such setting? Too much for a hard day's night? Try this. Feeling minimalistic? Here we go. Inspired for an epic fight? You have it. Imagine your opponent presenting herself this way in the game. Or maybe his conscious avatar will looks this way. Or, perhaps, like this one. Why not like this? Or, maybe, like this one. And this is my personal favorite. And what about yourself? Of course, you can look like any of your opponents, and your opponents may look like you, if you wish. Your or your opponent's avatar in our cyber game may look like this. or like this. Or, maybe, like this one? Not exactly your style? How about this? Why not like this? Or maybe you want to distract your opponent with unconventional appearance? Or prefer to remain royal incognito? Or not incognito? Imagine what you want to be, select. And that will be so. And how about chess pieces, your soldiers? They can be implemented as static traditional chess pieces, or as collectible pieces with high artistic design. Or they can even be made as dynamic and conscious as the player's avatars, waiting for commands from you. Here are just some examples of how your chess pieces and your chess battlefield may look like. We are committed to having them delivered to you. How will we do it? The online gaming platform will consist of three major groups of participants: the administrator, the creators, and the players, along with collectors, assets investors, and experts. The administrator will provide the gaming engines and main front-ends with immersive tiers and APIs which will make them whole for the gameplay. The administrator will also provide free instruments for the creation of the tiers, along with the marketplace where they can be negotiated. In a word, the administrator will provide everything that is needed for immersive and enjoyable gameplay of chess at a new level. The creators will have free access to the instruments for creating and selling their tiers, or to use them in their own gameplays. Players, collectors, and tiers investors will have as free, so payable access to buying, collecting, negotiating, and playing their tiers. And, of course, the administrators will provide cyber facilities to collaborate and socialize. This is a very brief overview of the concept we are developing now. Please, see the patent documents and additional explanatory material for more detailed disclosures. We also encourage you to contact us directly, should you have any questions. Thank you, and we hope to see you happy on our platform. Saying our